Welcome everybody, I am your co-host Courtney, and this is
Laron.
And this is the first episode of A Breath of Fresh Sports. A breath of fresh sports. A breath of fresh sports. A breath of fresh sports.
A breath of fresh sports.
A breath of fresh sports. A breath of fresh sports. A breath of fresh sports.
A breath of fresh sports.
Our plans for this channel is, as you can tell by the name of the channel, Breath of Fresh Sports, is going to be sports related. We're going to talk about finals, anything NBA related, NFL related. We may touch on baseball here and there, but that'll be up to you guys' request. But mostly will be NBA and NFL. We're going to touch on fantasy football because we're big on fantasy football.
Yes.
We got a very competitive fantasy football league, and we're going to also bring that to you guys. So please like and subscribe so you can, get a chance to see everything with us. We're going to give y'all a little here and there, a little day-to-day type of videos and what happens in our fantasy football league, all type of things. So just, stay on the lookout for those things. So now we're going to jump right into it. The NBA Finals. The Raptors won the NBA Finals in 6 games. You have any thoughts on the NBA Finals, man?
Man, I'm happy for the Raptors, but it's a little kind of saddening, with the injury to Klay Thompson with torn ACL, and with Kevin Durant having a ruptured Achilles. It's just I don't want to put an asterisk beside them winning, but I think it would have been totally different. But my hands go off to the Raptors and Kawhi Leonard. I'm really happy for him. With Kyle Lowry, and they deserve it.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate. It's very unfortunate what happened to Kevin Durant and Klay Thompson. But at the same time, injuries, they happen. And the Warriors dynasty actually started, if you want to be honest, their dynasty started with injuries to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving went down. I mean, they happen. We don't want them to happen, but it happens. You gotta move on as best as you can. And the Raptors took advantage, of their opportunities. Now, if they would have lost, it would have been a big thing. Like, they couldn't take advantage, like when Houston couldn't get it done. So, I'm happy for Kawhi Leonard. I'm very happy for Kawhi Leonard because all the things that he went through, as far as people criticizing him for sitting out last year because he didn't trust the team doctors, and he had his own doctor, letting them know that, hold on now, wait a minute, you're not ready yet. And he didn't feel ready, so he trusts his own body. That's something that, a lot of people think that Kevin Durant should have done. He should have had his own doctor. And
I see that happening more.
Mm-hmm.
With players, they know a player know his own body more than a doctor and anything, so he knows when something ain't right.
Right.
And with Kawhi Leonard, I'm happy for him because he won the MVP, and that puts him at the plateau. It's only 2 other players that have won 2 Finals MVPs with 2 different teams.
And he's the first player to win it in both conferences. Nobody has ever won in the East, in the West.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Nobody's ever done that except for Kawhi Leonard. And for him, he's 27 years old. His resume at 27 is pretty doggone good. He got 2 Defensive Players of the Year. He got 2 NBA Finals and both, NBA Finals MVPs, and 1 in the East and 1 in the West. At 27 years old, that's a very, very good resume.
His resume looking good. It's getting long, and with Kawhi Leonard winning his 2nd Finals MVP, what do you rank him as the top player in the league right now? Do you rank him as the number 1 player in the league, or do you still feel like Kevin Durant or LeBron James is still the number 1 player?
That's a very good question. Me personally, I still have. That's a tough one, man. I don't really know how I feel. I want to say I still have LeBron as the best player in the NBA. Part of me wants to say Kevin Durant is there, because
these injuries is
It's
changing things
man,
up. Cause
I really hate it. That hurt my feelings when Kevin Durant went down and Klay Thompson. It really hurt my feelings. That Achilles injury is something. It ain't nothing to play with. And hopefully he'll be able to come back and be his normal self. But history shows it's going to be tough trying to come back, and especially with the type of player Kevin Durant is. You know, he does a lot of things off the dribble, ISO, and he's not really a catch and shoot only player.
yeah,
you know,
a great
and
scorer.
that's what hurt him when he came back in that game 5 and tried to play. He really should have been playing the catch and shoot role, and he did at the beginning. He hit those first three pointers.
His natural instincts.
But them natural instincts, they take over. You know, you've been playing this way for all your life. It's gonna take over, and the minute he tried to do something off the dribble, boom, that's when.
Man, you know, with Kevin Durant and Klay Thompson, I feel like it's the end of a dynasty and the end of an era, because you don't want to see injuries take away from something happening now. You don't know, who knows? Kevin Durant, I don't think he's going to sign back with the Warriors, and Klay Thompson would likely sign back with the Warriors, but you don't want to see it end like this, you know, with situation. And now the West is going to be wide open. You got a lot of teams. I feel like the Lakers are going to make some runs. They're going to get free agency, and you got a lot of teams that are picking right now. They licking their chops right now at the Warriors. You know, they hate the injuries happening, but they also saying, okay, we got a better chance now. Our odds of winning is better.
Yeah. Because
when you got Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson, and Stephen Curry, man, it's just Draymond, you know, and then Kevon Looney. Don't sleep on Kevon Looney. He's a big part of them. He's going to get re-signed with a good $80 million deal like Clint Capella got with the Rockets. You know, for that system, Kevon Looney fits well with the Warriors, like Clint Capella does with the Rockets. You know, he screens good. He's a good on-ball defender. He's a good pick-and-roll defender, and they need that. So with the Warriors, I feel bad for them, but don't hold your heads down, because they're going to get somebody. They're going to deepen their bench back up. You know, they're going to find more role players. And Sean Livingston, I love you. You got to retire. Sorry, Sean Livingston. I do love you though.
But to piggyback on what you said, he felt like it's the end of a dynasty. I'm not sure about that. Not yet. I feel like, honestly, of course, next year is going to be rough for the Warriors. I mean, number one, you have Kevin Durant and Klay Thompson, they're free agents. But I believe with what went down, I believe that Kevin Durant and Klay are going. I never thought Klay was leaving from jump. I always thought Kevin Durant was going to leave. But with how things went down, I think Kevin Durant will end up re-signing with the Golden State Warriors. And of course, they're going to be out next year with these injuries. So I believe next year is going to be kind of tough on the Warriors. It's just going to be Steph and Draymond and then the role guys. So I think it's going to be tough on them next year. I'm not sure if it's going to be to the point where they'll miss the playoffs, because Steph is still Steph and Draymond is still Draymond. But they're not going to be no number one seed.
No.
They're not. They might not even be a top 5 seed. I'm not sure. The Western Conference is nothing. It's no joke. So next year will be tough. But once Kevin Durant and once Klay Thompson get back, I believe Klay Thompson has a shot of getting back around like March.
Yeah, by that happening in June, he should be back around March, April.
I believe he has a shot. I don't think Kevin Durant will play at all, not even in the playoffs.
What's the biggest difference between a ruptured Achilles and a torn Achilles?
From my knowledge, what I saw, a torn Achilles is really vague. Like if someone says he has a torn Achilles, it could be partially torn.
Yeah.
It could be fully torn, but it's torn.
Yeah.
But when you say ruptured Achilles, that means it's a complete tear.
Oh, okay. So that's worse.
It's worse.
Oh,
so
man.
when you hear ruptured, that's not what you want to hear. You really don't want to hear either one of them, but I would rather hear torn, and then you will find out, okay, is it partially torn or is it, and you will want to hear partially torn, because then you can get back a little quicker. But when you hear that word ruptured, from, like I said, I could be wrong, but from what I saw, when you hear ruptured Achilles, that means it's a complete tear. And when you saw that close up, when it happened, you can see when it popped.
Bone,
It looked like it when it popped, it looked like it went up his leg because the rest of his leg jiggled.
That was hard.
It was bad.
That was hard to show. You know, like with Kevin Durant being 30 years old, man, how much wear and tear could that be on his body? Because he had similar Achilles injuries before, and by him he used explosiveness, his jumping ability, his foot injury. He used that. You know, he uses his so much of his jumping ability to get off his shots. You know, but his side that he kind of slimmer, so you really don't know how much that helps. Like you compare Kevin Durant Achilles to DeMarcus Cousins. DeMarcus Cousins is 6'11", 280 pounds. Kevin Durant is 6'10", 220 pounds. I know I'm kind of exaggerating, but with that, it's so much his jumping ability. He uses so much to get off the court, to get off, and how much would he lose with that? You know, when you have a ruptured Achilles, who knows what that can happen? You know, with Kobe, you know, with Dominique Wilkins, like you know, you just never know how it could turn out. And with Kevin Durant, you know, I pray for the best, and I just hope he comes back the KD we know, the KD we know and love. You know,
I know he's gonna work hard in rehab. I know he's gonna put in the work. I just hope we don't have a repeat of, you know, if they make the playoffs next year and they get in a tough situation and you know it's close to a year, you know, so he should be close to being recovered and end up coming back a little too early, because I believe for instance, when Kobe tore his Achilles. Now I know Kobe was a little older. Kobe was still 27 and he was still averaging 27 points per game at that time. And when he tore his Achilles, I feel like he possibly came back a little too early.
He rushed himself back.
I seen that he only was out 240 days, compared to the other guys that had torn their Achilles, compared to Dominique Wilkins, compared to Boogie Cousins, compared to Patrick Ewing, compared to all the rest of these guys, he was like a whole month and a half, 2 months faster coming back.
You ever feel like these guys, like these athletes, they could be Adrian Peterson, you know, have a torn ACL and Achilles and just come back stronger than ever, just come back and have an MVP season. You know, but he was a warrior. You just gotta, no pun intended.
Yeah, but I feel like, I hope he don't try to come back too early. And because, like I said, I think Kobe came back too early, and Kobe was getting little nagging injuries from that point on. After that, you know, so it could have been because he came back. He didn't rehab as long as he should have. So I hope Kevin Durant, if you see this, please take your time, get your rehab.
Yes.
Come back strong. We hoping and praying for you.
We rooting for you.
Come back and be your normal self, because having you in the league is better. You know, it's better for the league as a whole.
So let me ask you a question. I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. So with the Raptors winning the NBA Finals, how much you think that encourages Kawhi Leonard to stay now that he got a ring with Toronto?
Yeah, I think he's staying. Now, I felt like when he went to Toronto, you know, when he got traded to Toronto, I felt like that was a pretty good fit for him. You know, as far as the you know, the location, you know what I'm saying, and low key city. I feel like that fits him.
Yeah.
You know, a little more, and then you know, the country. Not just Toronto, the country loves Kawhi.
With the Raptors, they feel like, what more can we do? We've named restaurants. We give you everything and above.
It's gonna be very, very hard to leave after winning the championship, and especially after that parade.
Yes.
After that parade, and they showing all this love, and another thing you have to look at. How the GM, what's his name? I can't.
Sorry, Ujiri.
Yeah, him. Can't pronounce it. The GM, with the way he treated Kawhi, you know, throughout the year. What they called it, the load management. The way he treated Kawhi with the load management, letting Kawhi trust his own body. You know what I'm saying? And the way he treated him, which was way different from what the Spurs did. I believe all that is going to come into play. Kawhi loved the fact that he listened to, you know, the GM listened to him about his body. Let him be able to get the rest that he needed. Kawhi said himself that if it wasn't for that load management, he wouldn't have been. He don't feel like he would have been able to play in the playoffs.
You know, with it, and I think more players are going to take their route. I don't know if Adam Silver would like it or not. You know, being a commissioner like the load management term, but I think you're going to see more players doing it because it shows it help. And when your top NBA players says that helps load management, more players are going to take heed to that because you got a lot of players resting anyway now. Now they just put a term to it. You know, and when we win a championship, that breaks barriers. So it's gonna be a lot of more players saying, "Well, why can't we do what Kawhi did?" You know, why we gotta play 82 games and put that much wear and tear? We really want to play 60 games and really be healthy and ready for the big moment, the playoffs. That's the big accomplishment.
That reminds me of when the Spurs used to do that. You know,
Right.
Greg Popovich, he would hold out Tim Duncan and Ginobili and Parker sometimes in certain games. They just didn't call it load management. You know,
What's crazy about that? I wonder. You know, the Spurs got fined like what, $500,000 for that for resting players. I wonder why the Raptors are getting fined for that.
That's a good question.
Because that's the same exact thing. I mean, you sitting out a player, he doesn't have a designated injury. You know, so I guess because it was back then it was a different commissioner. I think David Stern was the commissioner then, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be honest, like I don't really see why would they, just personally, why do you think they would find a team? I mean, I understand that, you know, it's a business. You got fans coming to the game, and I feel like if I'm the GM of my team and the goal is to win a championship,
they do it best.
I got to do what I need to do to achieve whatever my goal is.
Right.
And as long as I announce, you know, that these guys are going to be out this game, you know, before the game starts, you know, this guy's going to be out for this game, this guy's going to be out for this game. As long as that happens, I feel like the fans had an opportunity. They know that these guys aren't going to play.
Then with that being said, you know, most of the guys that were sitting out for the Spurs were older guys. The Tony Parkers, Manu Ginobili's, the Tim Duncans, they were in their 30s. So that was understandable anyway why give them load management. Because with them, they had a come and go, like Courtney said, you know, come and go to win a championship. So you don't want to overwork these guys. You know, with the Warriors, they won 73 games, won 73-9. They tied for the best record, but they was tired of the playoffs. So.
Yeah, and Steph wasn't healthy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing. Bring up injuries. You know, he said the Raptors having an asterisk. I mean, everybody go through injuries, man. And, you know, I understand that, you know, these injuries are different, but it happens. But anyways, that's
so with that, we also want to talk about NBA free agency because that is coming up. We are less than 2 weeks away.
Yeah.
So, matter of fact, we are 2 weeks away from tomorrow. So we want to talk about that. You know, with Kevin Durant being injured, you know, tough. he was supposed to be the headliner of this free agency, but now him being possibly out for a year, you got Kawhi Leonard. He's the big dog in the room, and you have the Anthony Davises of the world, the Kyrie Irvings.
Anthony Davis not a free agent.
Yeah, he's not a free agent.
That's different.
You got Kyrie Irving, you got Klay Thompson, you got
Kemba.
you got Kemba Walker, and from what I'm being told, Kemba said that the Hornets is his first priority.
Yeah.
But man, it's hard to get people to come to Charlotte, North Carolina, to come join you.
Yeah.
You know, with that team, and I like Kemba, and I like the way what Michael Jordan is doing with his team, but it's tough.
Yeah, I don't know what I think about, you know, as far as Kemba. I mean, you can't knock him. You know,
because
that's where he's been. You know, maybe he want to be one of those players like Kobe, just a one team guy. Kobe, Dirk, you know, want to be with the Hornets, with this organization, whether they were the Hornets or the Bobcats, it's still the same organization. You know, he want to be with that one. If that's what he wants, then that's just what he wants. But if I'm in Kemba's shoes, and I feel like I would want to go either somewhere else where I can team up with someone or possibly get somebody to come. But like he said, it's going to be hard to get somebody to come to Charlotte.
Yes, America. It's hard.
You know, it's just like nobody really went to the Hornets, the Pelicans with Anthony Davis. They acquired Boogie Cousins through trade. Am I
right? Yes.
So as far as free agency, teams like that, they really don't get an opportunity to get those
It's
type of players.
hard to get trades in small markets.
So with them not getting one of those type of players through a trade, and the player already being there, I probably would. I know for a fact I would take meetings with other teams with the Lakers for sure. I think Kimball going to the Lakers, that would be great.
I would like to.
Yeah, I would take a meeting with the Lakers. I would take a meeting with whoever is a contender. I would take a meeting, you know what I'm saying, and see what I can get from one of those teams and just weigh out my options.
But also, the free agency is 2 weeks away. He's saying all the right things to the Hornets to let them know that y'all are my first priority. But it's 2 weeks away, and he's gonna make a decision.
I just hate the fact that he said that he would take a pay cut.
Yes.
I hate the fact that he said,
now
they're going in. Yeah, they're going into the meeting like, okay, we ain't finna offer you the most. You said, even if you take a meeting with somebody else, they not going. Now these teams, they heard what you said, so they first out like, man, okay, we're not gonna offer him the max.
But he said he'd take a pay cut with the Hornets, with his original franchise. Now when you think about leaving, you want the max. You want to get as much value. Mm-hmm. He's saying taking a pay cut with the Hornets because he want to get help. He's hoping that somebody in free agency also comes with him.
Yeah, but if he goes to another team, that means he's going because they already got the help. So why not take the pay cut there as well?
Yeah.
So I feel like it's the same thing. It's like, I just hate he came out and said that. We didn't see him personally say it, but it was announced that these were his words.
And I'm gonna break it on the way down. Look, the Hornets didn't make the playoffs with you or without you, so your best bet, if you really want to win the championship, you gotta leave, or you gotta beg the league give you some help because your team is barely over 500 with you, and since you've been there, the team hasn't done really great with you. It's kind of like Anthony Davis with the Pelicans. You got a superstar, but it's not achieving to anything. It's not attributed to anything. I like Kemba Walker. And somebody asked me, would you rather have Kemba Walker or Kyrie Irving? I would rather have Kyrie Irving. He's proven he can win. Mm-hmm. He's proven that he's clutch in the big moment, and it just seemed like he fits more. With Kemba, a lot of times people play better when they are the main man. Who knows how he plays when he have other great players around him? Who knows?
Yeah, that's just like, for example, Kyrie. If we're going off of this year, he really didn't show that he could lead.
Yeah, America, everybody is not a typical leader. Mm-hmm. People looked at Kyrie, and it was a lot of different. Is he right or wrong? I don't know, but from the outside looking in, Kyrie has a bad look right now because the Celtics did better without him, and now he comes back and you have other players unhappy, and that just brings friction into the locker room. So who knows how Kyrie Irving could coexist when it's not his show? Because you have to win, you have to be all as one. You have to be on the same accord, like the Raptors. Everybody knew Kawhi Leonard was the man, and everybody followed his suit. You gotta have a leader. You gotta have soldiers. And right now, who knows what Kyrie is? We don't know if he's a leader or a soldier.
Yeah. We went over KD, Kawhi, the main guys in free agency. What do you think about the other guys like you have your Jimmy Butlers, your D'Angelo Russell, your Chris Middleton. So what are your thoughts on players like that? Let's start with Jimmy Butler.
So with Jimmy Butler, I think he's gonna stay with Philadelphia. They're gonna give him the max, and they're gonna let Tobias Harris walk because Jimmy Butler fits the Sixers pretty well. He's a blue collar player, hustler, great hustler, great defender, and with Ben Simmons not progressing where you want him to progress with a jump shot and everything, you need that second fiddle to Joel Embiid. And with Joel Embiid injuries, you don't know how that's going to turn out. So they really need Jimmy Butler, and it feels like he really likes playing for the Sixers. Like they belong. The fans love him, so that's the first thing that helps. And he wants to be part of. He already a part of a great team, and he felt that playing in the playoffs, so he got that juice. And with the Sixers, they right there, so they really need Jimmy Butler to stay. I like Jimmy Butler as a player because he demands excellence. He wants respect. He wants you to work hard every day. when you have these young players, as Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons, sometimes they get kind of lackadaisical. They lose focus. So you need that clear-headed monster in the locker room.
Yeah, I like Jimmy Butler. I like him with the 76ers. And plus, with him, he's another guy that in a tough situation at the end of the game, when you need someone to go to,
he's very clutch, yes.
He can deliver, you know. And without him, I mean, you have he can get it on his own. You know, he can create his own.
Yes.
Who else there can? I mean, Joel. I mean, he's not that. He's a big man that he can get it in the post, which he needs to play in the post more. Joel, get your butt in the post. Come on, man.
Yes.
But it's
Brent Brown, are you listening? Listen.
But as far as Jimmy Butler, I believe they need Jimmy Butler to stay. I just think when at the end of the season when they were eliminated at the playoffs, Jimmy Butler had made a post basically thanking the 76ers and thanking the fans, and it kind of sounded like a farewell, like thank you speech, like I'm not sure if I should be looking that much into it, but it seems like that was something you would say before leaving.
I think Jimmy wants to stay with the 76ers, but he also has to weigh his options. I think he wants to get that max deal.
Yeah.
He wants to be appreciated. He wants that deal to show he's appreciated.
Maybe that little speech was like, I'm gonna say this just in case y'all don't give me the max.
Yeah.
I'm already giving my farewell.
Yeah.
So
it's already I put it on the table.
Yeah. So okay, go ahead.
And with Jimmy Butler, and they, you can't. It's hard to keep Jimmy Butler and Tobias Harris because both of them want max deals. Now maybe you can get, if you resign Jimmy Butler and Tobias Harris, somebody got to go. Maybe JJ Redick. He signed a 1 year. He's had 2 1-year deals, but with the way they can structure, you really don't want to lose JJ Redick because he's a great shooter. Mm-hmm. He spaces the floor well, and when you got Ben Simmons, it's basically playing 5-on-4. So you need extra shoot as much as you can get with JJ Redick.
Yeah, I agree with you what you said on JJ Redick. I think losing him would be big, for the 76ers because they need those shooters, Simmons he can't get it done from the outside. I mean, I've seen the little videos here and there. This as far as now, he's been trying to shoot from the outside. Now, he's been missing every last one though. But the fact that he's actually shooting them to get your muscle memory, set. You got to shoot them, and eventually some may start falling, So with him trying, that's a good sign. But as of right now, it ain't happening. He can't shoot, so they need a JJ Redick there. I mean, it would be good if they could keep Tobias Harris as well, but
he's not Jimmy Butler.
They're not gonna be able to.
No.
They're not gonna be unless he take a pay cut. But I think I like when they had players like what's the guy
Sarge. Yeah.
Him.
Yeah.
I like when they had guys like that because they had more shooters at that time, And right now you got JJ Redick and you got Jimmy Butler. And to me, Joel, he shoot too much from the outside. He need to get down there and bang. I believe that he can be one of. I mean, he's already one of the.
He need to go to Shaq school.
Man, Elijah Warren. I like him. If he need to work out with Elijah Warren, because I like his footwork, and I believe that he can be close to something like Elijah Warren.
And they have the same body frame.
Yeah. I like that a little better than with Shaq, but
so
we touched on Jimmy Butler and a little bit on JJ Redick. What about Chris Middleton? I'm not sure if he's a restricted free agent or if he's a free, but I know he's a part of the free agent list. What are your thoughts on Chris Middleton?
With Chris Middleton, I think he's going to get paid by Milwaukee, but somebody's not going to get paid by Milwaukee because they have to pay Chris Middleton soon. They have to pay Malcolm Brogdon. Mm-hmm. You still have Brook Lopez. You have Ilya Silva. With that, Chris Middleton, is he an all-star because he's with the Bucks, or he's an all-star because he's just an overall really good player? Because it's easy to be a better player when you have somebody like Giannis Antetokounmpo as your main guy. He helps. And I give Chris Middleton credit. He was an all-star this year. But do you really think he deserves the max? I'm going to ask you that.
No. I don't think Middleton is a max player. No. I mean, I know he made the All-Star team, but to me, you know, the max players are, you know, are stars.
Superstars.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't believe Chris Middleton is that. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say I believe Chris Middleton deserves to be shorted or a low cut contract or nothing like that. I don't, you know, nothing like that. But as far as a max, a 4-year, 180, no, not Chris Middleton.
Yes.
I don't believe that. Plus, you know, you're gonna have to pay Giannis soon. I'm not sure when. Is it next year or year after next?
I think it's after next year.
Year after next, you're gonna have to, you know, you better open the bank for Giannis, because you don't want to lose him.
So with that, if you don't pay Chris Middleton now, if you're the Bucks, you're not going to pay Chris Middleton because you're definitely going to keep. You already got Eric Bledsoe locked up for 4 years. You've already, and you know your biggest priority is soon is going to be Giannis. So if they don't pay Chris Middleton this summer what he wants to get paid, he's got to go because you want, as any player, especially when your team is doing good, you want to really see your value.
Yeah.
And I just don't see it with the Bucks.
And if they don't give him what he wants, you know, if they try to short him a little bit too much, I believe the Lakers getting a guy like Chris Middleton would be really good because they, you know, they need shooters around LeBron.
Yes.
And he wouldn't be a max player as well. So
he's a good shooter and he's not ball dominant. So he has to have the ball. He can move around and you know LeBron always needs because LeBron he carries the weight of the ball so much. You know he's ball dominant. He needs people around him. That's what made Kyle Korver so great with the Cavaliers when they won the championship. You know, and with Kevin Love, he needs spacing to operate, especially his older age with this coming up his injury. LeBron might lose some athleticism, but his brain, his smarts for the NBA IQ is still there. So he needs as much help as he can get.
What do you think about the Lakers getting someone like D'Angelo Russell? Are you against something like that?
You might want to ask Nick Young that.
Because you know, I mean, we're hearing that Kyrie is pretty much a done deal to Brooklyn, and they're saying that if that gets done, then most likely they're not going to bring back D'Angelo Russell. So that puts him out there for somebody to get. Do you see any potential good landing spots for D'Angelo Russell?
Well,
I mean, he was an all-star this year. He had his best season this year.
I could actually see D'Angelo Russell going to a place like Chicago. He's a young player. They're young. They got talent with him. I can see him and Zach LaVine coming together. You know, and they have the other. You know, they have some good talent beside them. And you know, with D'Angelo Russell, you can see the potential when he was drafted. I don't think he saw his full potential because he wasn't really focused with the Lakers, and you can see it better with the Nets. But if you got a chance to get Kyrie Irving, you gotta let D'Angelo Russell go. I like D'Angelo Russell, but you gotta let him go because D'Angelo is a great player, but I don't think he's a great scorer like Kyrie Irving. And I don't see him fitting in with LeBron because LeBron needs somebody that can score more off the bounce. D'Angelo Russell is more ball dominated, so LeBron wants to be the point guard / forward, and that wouldn't work out between him and D'Angelo Russell.
So, with you know, if the Nets if they finalize bringing in Kyrie and they let Russell walk, I believe that the Nets will still have to bring somebody there with Kyrie.
Yes,
because like I said before, I think he thrives a little bit better when he has the other guy there with him. Yes. So, as far as you know, what we have in this free agency, I mean, the picking, I believe KD is staying with the Warriors now. I don't believe Klay is leaving. I believe Kawhi. I mean, the Nets was never an option for Kawhi, in my opinion.
No.
You got, I mean, who else could team up with?
So it makes you wonder. It makes you really wonder: is Kyrie? Is it for the max money, or is it to win the championship? Because he went to Boston. He had help. He wasn't satisfied. So to me, it feels like he's trying to go to the place with the most money. You know, Kyrie likes the big market. New York is New York. Yeah. It's a big market, so he wants bright light, you know, big city bright lights. And I would like to see Kyrie go to the Lakers because him and LeBron already meshed together. They got young talent together with Kuzma. The Lakers have shown they really don't want to give Kuzma away. You know, so that would be a good threesome with LeBron, Kyrie Irving, and
Kyle
LeBron.
Kuzma.
You know, and Kyle Kuzma. That'll be good.
Yeah, that would. I like that. I love that. That sound real good.
Yes.
Speaking of bringing up them not wanting to get rid of Kyle Kuzma, do you think that this deal is going to get done with Anthony Davis? Now, they were saying that they wanted to get it done by this weekend, and this weekend is here, and it ain't happened yet. So, and it sounds like it's not happening because the Pelicans, they want to add Kyle Kuzma to that deal, and the Lakers are not willing to get. And it's crazy because the Lakers actually offered Kyle Kuzma during the season before the trade deadline. They offered Kyle Kuzma and Lonzo and Ingram in that pick, and it was turned down. I know it was a different GM there, and everything, but
I think David Griffin a little bit more smarter.
yeah, I like that.
Dale Demps. But so like with that, I could see the NBA draft is Thursday, so a lot of teams want to get things done before the draft, so they can kind of have their foundation set. So I could see something happen between now and Thursday because with the Pelicans potentially and most likely drafting Zion Williamson, you got your forefront, you got your foundation with him. Now you want to get right around him, so you want to try and get before he comes in with the team, he's acclimated to the team. You want to get Anthony Davis as far away as you can, as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Because when you got a young player like Zion, he wants to know that, okay, who's going to be here? And Anthony Davis, I made himself plainly clear he doesn't want to be there. So you got to get rid of that. You got to start over fresh. And
you don't want Zion coming in and some of whatever Anthony Davis frustrations are rubbing off on Zion.
Yes,
so
most definitely.
Yeah, you will want to keep them as far away as you can. Let's talk about the NBA draft. It's Thursday, right? It's coming Thursday.
June 20th.
June 20th. Pretty much Zion is locked the number one. I feel like he.
Right.
If they don't get Zion, it's gonna be a shocker. Zion's number one. Ja Morant number two. Now the number 3 spot. What do you think is gonna happen at the number 3 spot?
And at first I was thinking it was gonna be RJ Barrett, but I actually think the Knicks are gonna trade down because I don't think they completely sold on RJ Barrett. And if I'm the Knicks, I would trade down to get more assets because when you try to rebuild, you want to get as many as you can. And if you realize, and people been saying the draft is not really deep, you want to try to get as much as you can right now. Because with a coach like David Fizdale, he's a good young coach. He's shown being an assistant coach under Pat Riley, he has a tutelage to get with young players. So I would trade down, to.
So what are the assets that you would be looking for? Because you could be potentially losing out on a franchise player and end up not getting a franchise player.
It's a risk. But when you start over, you 18 and 64, you gotta kind of start over, rebuild from square one. And
your square one could be a franchise player.
Yeah, RJ Barrett.
I honestly believe RJ Barrett is going to be, especially if the Knicks take him. He wants to be with the Knicks. That's where he want to be.
Yeah.
And I think his work ethic, his drive, just the type of player that I believe, even though he went to Duke. I don't like Duke. I'm a North Carolina fan.
Y'all heard that.
Yeah. But even though he went to Duke, I like RJ Barrett. I think he's gonna be good for the Knicks. I think that can be a good starting point for them and build around him, Cause if they trade down, who would you think would be the option as far as trading down in this draft? Who would you think they could take to potentially build around?
Actually, I'll be honest. I really like DeAndre Hunter from Virginia.
I like him too.
I really like. I'm not saying he's RJ Barrett, but he has the Kawhi Leonard potential in me. He's 6'8", long, can defend, can shoot, can rebound.
But you also got to think when Kawhi Leonard came in the league, he had Tim Duncan and Manu Ginobili.
It was a process.
And Tony Parker. He didn't have to come in and be the man from jump. If they trade down and take Hunter, he's gonna have to be the man from jump. They're gonna have to build around him from jump, and he ain't gonna be able to get the knowledge that Kawhi was able to get from those veterans. I believe RJ Barrett has that personality to come in and be that guy from jump, to be that franchise player. I actually believe it.
my question though, okay, we basically got the top 3 players locked up. So who do you think is a sleeper in this year's NBA draft? Like somebody that nobody's really talking about a lot, but should be talking about more. That should have more recognition.
As far as not talking about, I'm not sure, because I want to say the guy from Texas Tech, but
Jared Culver.
But he's not really under the radar.
I would say Kobe White. I really like Kobe White's game from North Carolina. He's quick. He reminds me a lot of De'Aaron Fox mixed with Russell Westbrook. He's a better shooter than Russell Westbrook is, and he attacks. He just relentless. When you saw him in the tournament, that's when he played his best in the biggest games. That's always a good thing, to play your best when it's most counted. Yeah. And also I like Cassius Winston from Michigan State point guard.
He's not in the draft. He went back.
Okay.
It's all right. He decided to go back. But as far as Kobe White, he went to my college. He went to North Carolina. That's my dog. I wish he would have came back. But you said that's kind of under the radar. I mean, Kobe White is slated to be top 5, top 6. So
okay. He's moving up.
I mean, the last mock draft that I saw, he was number 5.
Okay.
So I was trying to think somebody under the radar, as you asked me, and I really couldn't. I really can't think of anyone.
Yeah, this year's draft
is top heavy.
Yeah, it's top heavy. Mm-hmm. And besides RJ and
could be somebody like PJ Washington from Kentucky. He could be somebody. Somebody.
I'm a Kentucky fan.
Somebody like in the later on in the first round, somebody like Cam Johnson from North Carolina. Is a great shooter. If he goes to the right team and the right system, hey, you never know. He can be somebody to look out for. I'm trying to think of somebody else.
I don't know. I'm gonna say somebody. I don't know if he came out or not. He declared. But Admiral Schofield from Tennessee. Mm-hmm. I really like his game. He has a strong game. He's athletic. He's 6'7". Long arms. He can shoot, defend, and I really like. I like his leadership mentality, because I'm going back to in the NCAA tournament when he chose to sit out because he had 4 fouls. He didn't want to get a 5th foul. He chose to let the other players stay in. That shows a lot of maturity to do that, because a lot of players, they want to be in that situation, but he chose not to hurt his team by not playing, because if he would have fouled out, who knows? It might not been an overtime. So I like that about him. But this draft, we got some very good under the radar players. Mm-hmm. I like Jared Culver. I think he has to work on his jump shot a little bit more. He's a good defender. Mm-hmm. But it's gonna be interesting to see Thursday.
Yeah, it is, and I can't wait to see what goes on. I pretty much know. I feel like I pretty much know what's going to happen with those top 3 picks. That 4th pick is kind of. I mean, they have Darius Garland. And I like Hunter going. It kind of depends on what team it is. I would like Hunter to go to the Lakers. I would like for that to happen. But if they take Garland, I'm really not sure, because he's a point guard, right?
With Lonzo.
With Lonzo, and he's a different type of point guard as well. Yeah. I know.
He'll score first.
I would rather for them to take Hunter. But I can't wait to see what actually goes down in the NBA draft this Thursday. So that's going to wrap up today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe, and be on the lookout for future videos coming in the near future. We plan to record every Saturday. So stay tuned to A Breath of Fresh Sports.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
A breath of fresh sports. A breath of fresh sports.